This man in Washington captured something he couldn't explain. The homestead owner who lives in Washington posted the photograph to social media, detailing that shortly after the image was taken, his trail camera was destroyed. He said the following: "My trail camera took this photo on my property in Washington. I have an 84-acre property that's set within dense woodland. The image was taken in the summer, and as of right now I have no idea what this could be. My trail camera will take an image as soon as it detects motion. On some of the photographs nothing could be seen, but that's because it was detecting movements close by. When I headed out to the spot where the trail camera was set up, I found it in pieces, so whatever this creature was, knew that it was there. I've worked with animals my whole life, and I know that in Washington, it's illegal to own animals such as monkeys. This is what my brain went to when I was viewing the image. Something that made me feel uncomfortable about this was the fact that a few nights before the camera was destroyed, I heard strange noises, but I just attributed it to being a coyote. This is the first time that something like this has happened, and at the moment, I'm just trying to work out what this thing is. I'm currently talking to some people who want to conduct some investigations. I'm already in the process of buying some more trail cameras, and I hope that in the near future I'll be able to identify what this creature is." End quote. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, has intrigued and captivated the public's imagination for centuries. This elusive humanoid creature, allegedly sighted in the vast wilderness of North America, carries a certain enigma, partly because of the uncertainty surrounding its existence. Could a creature like this actually exist? The primary evidence of Bigfoot's existence is the numerous eyewitness accounts and anecdotal reports. These accounts describe a large bipedal creature covered in hair, exhibiting human-like characteristics. Sightings have occurred across a broad geographic range, implying that if Bigfoot does exist, it is a species with a sizable population distributed over a vast area. The multitude of footprints discovered and attributed to this creature forms a substantial part of the evidence. These footprints are often larger than an average human's and exhibit features suggesting a primate origin. Anatomically, primates possess certain distinctive foot structures, which some argue are apparent in Bigfoot prints. Scientifically, there's a theoretical possibility that Bigfoot could be a relic population of ancient primates. From an ecological perspective, the dense, remote forests of North America could theoretically support a large primate species. These environments offer plenty of vegetation and small animals for sustenance, and the wide-ranging remote wilderness could provide the necessary cover to elude human contact. Yet, despite these possibilities, there are significant challenges to the idea of this creature's existence. Primarily, there's a lack of physical evidence beyond footprints. No body or skeletal remains have been found, and supposed hair or tissue samples have failed to provide conclusive DNA evidence. Additionally, the survival of a large, unidentified primate over centuries would require a substantial breeding population, which would likely result in more frequent and verifiable encounters with humans. Furthermore, primates are inherently social creatures, so the notion of an elusive, solitary creature like Bigfoot contradicts our understanding of primate behavior. Without sightings of groups or families, the existence of Bigfoot becomes ecologically and behaviorally less plausible. Despite the skepticism, the absence of definitive evidence does not entirely rule out the creature's existence. New species are discovered regularly, including large mammals in remote parts of the world. Therefore, the possibility, however remote, remains that a large primate like Bigfoot could have escaped scientific classification. A question that often arises in discussions surrounding Bigfoot is the involvement of the United States government. Has the US government investigated Bigfoot sightings? To delve into this topic, it is important to consider the purpose and focus of government investigations. Typically, the US government conducts investigations into matters that concern national security, public safety, or environmental protection. At first glance, Bigfoot, a creature more associated with folklore than security threats, seems an unlikely subject of official interest. However, it would be erroneous to presume that the US government has had no interaction with the Bigfoot phenomenon. Documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act reveal that Bigfoot was in fact a subject of concern for the US government at one point. In the 1970s, the FBI analyzed hair samples related to a Bigfoot sighting at the request of the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition. The analysis, however, concluded that the hair was of deer family origin, delivering a blow to the Bigfoot believers who had hoped for a different outcome. Moreover, it is worth noting that US national parks and wilderness areas, where many Bigfoot sightings are reported, are under federal jurisdiction. Occasionally, park rangers have been drawn into the Bigfoot narrative, whether responding to reports, reassuring the public, or investigating unusual incidents. This is not to suggest that there is an official stance or dedicated effort to uncover the Bigfoot mystery, but rather, it demonstrates that at a practical level, federal employees have engaged with the topic. Nonetheless, no substantial evidence suggests that the US government has engaged in a dedicated, systematic investigation into Bigfoot, akin to its endeavors in other areas, such as unidentified objects. The lack of scientific evidence supporting Bigfoot's existence and the absence of any direct threat to national security or public safety likely preclude any large-scale official investigation. Additionally, the scientific community's prevailing skepticism toward Bigfoot's existence has also likely influenced the government's stance. Government investigations typically rely on scientific advice, and the consensus among scientists, given the current lack of compelling physical evidence, leans heavily toward Bigfoot's non-existence. There's a unique allure to the tales of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or Yeti, depending on the region. Rooted deep within folklore, legends, and myth, stories of these elusive creatures have fascinated generations. This story recounts the experience of an unnamed hiker who claimed to have had an encounter with Bigfoot during an excursion into the Pacific Northwest, a hotbed of such reports. The hiker, an experienced outdoorsman, embarked on a solitary trip into the thick forests of Oregon, an area known for its lush, unspoiled wilderness and, intriguingly, its myriad of Bigfoot sightings. The trip was planned to last several days, a chance for our hiker to immerse himself in nature, miles away from civilization. On the second night, as dusk crept over the landscape, the hiker heard an unsettling noise. It wasn't the typical sounds of the forest, the chirping of crickets, the whispering breeze, or the distant hoot of an owl. It was something far more disconcerting. An eerie, guttural growl echoing through the dense forest. The hiker, though initially unnerved, chalked it up to the enigmatic nocturnal wildlife. The following day brought an unsettling discovery. While exploring a densely wooded area, the hiker came across a series of enormous footprints, each one approximately 15 inches long and noticeably wider than a human's. The depth of the imprints suggested a creature of considerable weight. Struck by a sense of fascination and mild fear, the hiker couldn't help but think of the region's famous legend. That evening, as darkness cloaked the forest, the hiker experienced the pinnacle of his unusual encounters. Sitting by his campfire, he noticed movement in his peripheral vision, followed by the distinct rustling of undergrowth. Turning slowly, the hiker's breath hitched as he spotted a large, shadowy figure on the edge of the firelight. It stood upright on two legs, covered in thick, matted fur, its eyes reflecting the light from the campfire. The creature and the hiker locked gazes. An eternal moment passed, filled with a mutual, palpable curiosity, before the creature turned and disappeared into the darkness. The forest fell silent, the eerie stillness amplifying the hiker's pounding heart and the hum of his thoughts. Despite the fear, the hiker chose to stay, driven by a strange blend of curiosity and awe. He encountered no further incidents and left the forest with his extraordinary tale etched into his memory. Skeptics might dismiss the encounter as misidentification or even an elaborate hoax. However, for the hiker and those who choose to believe, it was an extraordinary personal experience. The hiker's tale underscores the allure of the unknown that drives our fascination with creatures like Bigfoot. It showcases the extraordinary experiences that can occur when we step into the wilderness, where civilization's reach fades and nature holds sway. Despite the skepticism surrounding such stories, they undeniably enrich our culture, provoking wonderment and igniting our innate curiosity about the unexplored and the mysterious. The Yeti holds an indomitable place in the folklore and cultural beliefs of the locals in Tibet. To the Western world, the Yeti may be a product of fiction, but to the Tibetans, it is much more. Tibet, with its soaring Himalayan peaks, isolated valleys, and harsh climatic conditions, provides the perfect backdrop for the Yeti's existence. Stories and legends of this creature have been passed down generations, intricately woven into the fabric of Tibetan culture. To locals, the Yeti is not merely a mythical creature. It embodies the power and unpredictability of nature, representing an interconnection between humans and the wilderness. Tibetans often refer to the Yeti as Miche, which translates to man-bear, and Kangmi, meaning snowman. Their descriptions vary, but most agree on certain characteristics: an ape-like creature, walking erect, covered in thick fur, and possessing immense strength. For many locals, the Yeti is a spiritual entity, a protector of high-altitude wilderness areas, and a symbol of the rugged survivalism needed to thrive in the Himalayas. Yeti sightings are not uncommon in the region. Many locals claim to have seen large footprints in the snow or encountered the creature itself. However, rather than a source of terror, these sightings are usually interpreted as warnings or omens. For instance, if a Yeti is seen during an expedition, it may be considered a sign to turn back, respecting the wilderness and its guardians. Yeti legends also serve as cautionary tales, teaching respect for the mountains and their ecosystems. The tales underscore the importance of coexistence with nature, rather than dominance over it. For the locals, infringing on the Yeti's territory, or failing to respect nature's boundaries, can bring misfortune or disaster. Tibetan monasteries also play a crucial role in preserving the Yeti's lore. Some, like the Pangboche monastery, were said to possess physical relics, such as a skullcap and hand, believed to belong to a Yeti, further reinforcing belief in the creature's existence. In recent years, the Yeti's cultural significance has become a source of regional pride and identity. The creature is featured in local art and literature, serving as a symbol of Tibetan culture and heritage. Moreover, the Yeti has become a beacon for tourism, drawing intrigued explorers and enthusiasts to the region, contributing to local economies. To some, the Yeti may be a mere myth, a creature of legend and intrigue. However, to the Tibetan locals, the Yeti represents an inherent part of their culture and identity, a living embodiment of their respect for and relationship with the formidable Himalayan landscape. It stands as a testament to the power of folklore, belief, and tradition, the enduring mystery of the creature fueling both cultural pride and a powerful respect for the unknown. In the end, whether the Yeti truly roams the snow-laden peaks of the Himalayas remains a question unanswered. Regardless, the firm belief of the Tibetan people in this elusive creature shows the world that sometimes the most profound truths reside not in physical evidence, but in the enduring narratives of culture and the human spirit's capacity for wonder and reverence. As of right now, hundreds of hikers are still coming forward with their encounters, saying that they witnessed a large humanoid. These creatures allegedly live within the dense regions of the United States, and although scientists and researchers have said that they don't exist, witnesses continue to come forward with their sightings, helping to fuel the belief in this mysterious creature. However, skeptics have said that until concrete evidence can be presented, this elusive creature cannot be verified as genuine. As of right now, hundreds of hikers are still coming forward with their encounters, saying that they witnessed a large humanoid. These creatures allegedly live within the dense regions of the United States, and although scientists and researchers have said that they don't exist, witnesses continue to come forward with their sightings, helping to fuel the belief in this mysterious creature. However, skeptics have said that until concrete evidence can be presented, this elusive creature cannot be verified as genuine.